and welcome to the 10-day Mind and Body Detox program. In today's yoga class, it's all about activating and detoxing your lymphatic and digestive system. We will be flowing through several twists and a few standing poses to stimulate circulation and increase metabolism and aid digestion. One of the greatest enemies for our bodies are toxins, physical, emotional, and mental toxins. So basically in today's class, I will be sharing some of my favorite poses to counter what we are exposed to every single day in our life. So let's flow, wring out the body, and find some calm for our nervous system and the mind. When you're ready, I suggest that you have at least one block nearby because we're going to start kneeling. And most probably for many people, sitting up on a block is more comfortable than just kneeling on your ankles. So when you're ready, come into Vajrasana, which is hero's pose, and then feel free to have a block underneath your ankles. So at first, we're going to start with creating a little bit of space for our lungs, which is a really important way of detoxifying in our body, a big organ that aids detoxification. So inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Maybe the gaze follows. Really see if you can find length underneath the armpits and through the sides of the body. And as you exhale, take your hands to the heart. Go ahead and interlace all of your 10 fingers and then extend the palms out in front of you. Lift the arms back up overhead, and now just stay here for a little bit longer, a couple more breaths here. We want to focus on extending the arms up, but we also want to keep softness around our neck. So make sure the shoulders allow the ears to move softly and easily side to side. Just 2 more breaths here, really creating a little bit more space into the side body so that we can take nice, deep, nourishing breaths into our lungs. And exhale out, maybe through the mouth, let it all go. And then break free with the hands. Go ahead, interlace, maybe changing the top of your thumb on the interlace. The hands are interlaced behind the lower back. And then pull the knuckles down towards the floor and see if you can lift your chest, now opening the front side of the body and creating a little bit more space in this way. Take 1 more full breath in here. And again, rebend the elbows softly, break free of the interlace, hold opposite elbows in front. And now you want to really create space in the back of the body so the chin comes to the chest, maybe the elbows slightly pull into your palms. And we're trying to create a little bit more opening for the back side of our lungs. Let's take 1 last breath in here. And 1 last breath out. From here, just slowly release your hands, come back up into an upright seat, aligning head, heart, and pelvis. Maybe your hands just rest in your lap. Close your eyes for a moment, and then ask yourself the question, what brought you to the mat? What are you ready to release? What do you want to shed? What are you ready to let go? And as we take a few moments here, breathing, find an intention for those 10 days. It might change every day, or it might stay the same. What is your intention right now, right here? What are you ready to release, to let go, that no longer serves you? And once you have set your intention, again, bring your hands towards your heart and then exhale. Just gently bow your chin to the chest, sealing that intention with your mind and with your heart. Beautiful. From here, let's all look up, blink the eyes back open, and then let's come into Malasana right away. So lift up from the block. If you've still got it, you want to keep the blocks towards the top of the mat so that we can use it again later. Fingertips come down, tuck the toes under, and then walk your feet out quite generously. And maybe bringing the heels down at the beginning of this practice is quite challenging for most of us. So I just invite you to sway a couple of times back and forth into the hips here. So just finding a little bit of a mobility. This is a really great way to relax the lower back. And it's also a little bit of a stimulation for your gut and for your intestines. So just a couple of sways here, side to side. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and come into our first gentle twist. So from here, just so that we always remember when we start twisting, it's better to twist to the right side first. So take the right hand and place it around behind you. Bring the right sole of the foot down and then let the left knee come down. Maybe even come to the inner arch of that left foot. As we inhale, we're going to lift that left arm up and then exhale, bring the left elbow to the outside of that right knee. You're still going to support yourself with your right hand behind you. And then as you inhale, you want to find length, breathing in, just pressing gently the knee and the elbow together. Big breath in here. Exhale, maybe rotating a little bit more into the twist. One more inhale here. One more exhale out. And last inhale in. Last exhale out. With an inhale, we're going to come back through center. So take your hands to support you. Maybe swaying one more time side to side, just releasing the hips here. And then we're going to do that same thing to the left side. So take your left hand behind you and then go ahead and keep the left sole of the foot grounded as much as possible. Drop the right knee down. Come to the arch of that right foot and then inhale, lift your right arm up. Take your elbow and guide it to the outside of that left knee. And then see if you can come into this variation of a twist. It's a really, really nice tight twist. So really make sure that you are twisting from the maximum length of your spine. One more breath in here. One more breath out. And last breath in. Last breath out. We're going to come back to center. Coming back into Malasana. Maybe you're going to continue swaying side to side, or maybe you're going to take 3 breaths with me, just finding your Malasana here, allowing for the hips to drop, allowing for the spine to stay nice and long, closing your eyes again, just noticing how your hips are beginning to be activated, how your metabolism is already kicking in. And as we exhale, take your hands down, extend your legs all the way up, and then begin to roll up to standing all the way until the head stacks on top of the spine. Lift your arms up for maximum length. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart. Now we're going to do something that most of you have done with me if you've practiced with me in the past. We're just going to swing the arms around our body. So release the hands alongside your body, gentle bend in the knees, and then begin. Just sway your hands around. At the beginning, you're going to maybe just gently tap your hands to the back and the front side of your hip bones. As we continue, we're going to do this for quite a moment, because the longer we do it, the more beneficial it is. So we're just gonna swing arms right and left, trying to activate the lymphatic flow so that all the waste that we carry in our lymphs is transported all the way back into the blood, so that the blood can then take it to the kidneys and to the liver, where we get rid and actually release the waste, the toxin, with our bowel movements and through the urinary tract as well. So if you wanted to go any faster or any deeper, feel free to begin lifting your heels. We're still swaying. gentle taps. So this little tap with your hands onto the backside of your body is actually the place where your your kidneys are situated. So this is also helping a little bit with the stimulation. So we're just going to keep going. We're about halfway through, so we're gonna keep going just a little bit more. If you feel okay, you might want to close your eyes here. Maybe you can speed it up. Let the arms just fly through the air. Enjoy this simple, basic movement, really speeding up the detoxification process that your body, everybody's body, is capable of doing itself, but we're just trying to support it so that it's easier. Okay, let's do this for another 10 seconds. So you want to come into maybe keeping your heels on the ground, slowing down the speed, and then eventually your arms are just gonna slow down as well. And then let the arms hang. Take a moment to notice the after effects of this practice. And then blink the eyes back open, and let's go ahead and face the top of our mat. Inhale, spread your arms, reach your arms all the way up overhead. And as we exhale, hinge the knees, bend the knees, come all the way down into your forward fold. Take a nice big breath in here, lifting up halfway. And then plant your hands down. We're gonna step the right leg long back, finding a lunge position. Now, as we exhale, pull your left knee as straight as possible, keeping the spine nice and long. Inhale again, finding length. Now here it's beneficial if you have blocks and your arms feel they are not long enough to provide a nice straightness in the spine. You can place your hands under the blocks. Exhale again, finding length in the left leg. As we inhale, re-bending the spine, opening the heart. One more time. Exhale, sending length into the back of that left leg, keeping the crown of the head and the tailbone pulling apart. Re-bending your spine, just setting the blocks off to the side. Plant your hands down, step it back into your plank pose. Lowering knees, chest, and chin to the ground. As we come all the way to the ground, the hands stay close to the armpits, underneath the shoulders, elbows hugging in alongside the ribs. Toes are pointing back, and we inhale into a cobra. Lifting the gaze, lifting the chest. With an exhale, release everything back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. This time as we inhale and lift, we stay here. And then we exhale, twisting to the right, looking past the right shoulder. Back to the center. Inhale, you're still lifted. As you exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back to center. Let's do that one more time. Twisting to your right, stimulating your belly, pressing into the belly, coming back to the center. Inhale and look to the left for the last time. And exhale, release down, tuck your toes, and come back to your first downward facing dog. You want to pedal your heels down here for a couple of moments, just finding that length in the backs of the legs. Remember, knees can always bend to any amount. It is beneficial to keep the spine nice and long. Last big breath in here. Big breath out. And then from here, lift your right leg all the way back and up. And then step your right foot all the way up in between your hands. Find yourself back in that lunge position. And exhale again, finding length in the back of that right leg this time. Inhale to re-bend the knee, open the chest. Again, if you wanted to take the blocks. Exhaling, maybe a little bit easier to keep the back nice and long. Re-bend the knee one more time. And exhale, finding length in the back of the leg. And then from here, re-bending the knee this time, we're going to step the feet together at the top of the mat. And bend the knees generously, drop the hips, lift the arms all the way up overhead, find a nice chair pose, and then push all the way up to standing, draw the hands to the heart. Take a moment here, take a nice breath in, and we continue. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up overhead. And as we exhale, I'm just going to step back a little bit. You can stay there. Swing your arms all the way back. Come into this chair where the arms reach up overhead. With an inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swing them through. Inhale to lift. Continue. Exhale, bend the knees, lift the arms back and up. Inhale, lift to standing. Exhale, reach the arms back and up. Bend into your chair. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to let go. Inhale to lift. Exhale, let go. Beautiful. Drop the hands down to the floor. Find a halfway lift, flat back. And then from here, as we exhale, we're going to keep the big toes connected, drop the hips, and then lift the arms back up into our chair pose. With an exhale, hands to the heart. Twist to your right side. Connect your left elbow towards the right knee. Pause here. Coming back into a twisting of the spinal column. And in that way, we're actually kind of stimulating all of our organs. So pulling the left hip gently back, pressing the left elbow against the right knee. Try and see if you can go a little deeper into the rotation. Pressing your palms against each other. And remember that you're twisting from a long spine. 1 more breath in here. 1 more breath out. Navel to the spine as we release. Come back up into your chair. With an exhale, hands to the heart. Lean out, lengthen crown of the head and tailbone away before you come into your twist on the left side, hooking the right elbow to the outer left knee. Again here, trying to keep the knees nice and leveled and trying to really use the leverage you have between the hands to come deeper into the twist. Neck can be straight, maybe looking up, maybe looking down. Let's take 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale in through the nose and a nice easy breath out. Inhale, core connects, lift back up into your chair, and exhale, find your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. As you exhale, fold. Step your right leg long back. This time, allow the right knee to drop. If you have knee issues, please go ahead and double up your mat. Untuck the back toes. And then from here, we're going to lift all the way up into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Take your left hand onto your left knee and lean over to the right side, finding a super deep stretch into that right side body. Again, finding more space for your lung to breathe. 1 more breath in here. 1 more breath out. Both arms up all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Step your left leg long back. Find your plank pose. Knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, release everything to the ground. We're going to do the twisting again. Inhale, twist to your right, lift up. This time, exhale, release to the center and the ground. Inhale, lift up to your left. Back to the center. 1 more time, inhale to the right. Only go up as high as your lower back is okay. Inhale to the left. Exhale, release. Tuck your back toes under. Push yourself back to downward facing dog. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And a big breath out through the mouth. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. And then go ahead and step your right foot all the way back up between the hands. Your left knee lowers down. Untuck the back toes. Remember, you could always double up your mat. And then from here, drawing the back top foot forward and the right heel back so that you have a nice foundation in the legs. We're going to lift the arms back up into Anjaneyasana. Right hand comes to the right knee, maybe the right elbow if that's more comfortable, and then lean over towards your right side. Not only that, we get a nice good stretch in the front of the left thigh and hip, we're also again finding this beautiful opening for the entire side body. Let's take one more breath in here and one more breath out. Bringing both arms up towards the sky. As we exhale, bring the hands down. This time, go ahead and tuck the back toes under and step yourself forward into your Uttanasana, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. And from here, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Find your lengthy stance. Tadasana, exhale, hands to the heart. Balancing into the right foot, pull the left knee up towards the chest. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips, kick back into the left foot, finding Warrior 3, your balancing pose. Now in Warrior 3, you decide if you want to keep your hands at the heart, take them to the hips, maybe extend the arms back, open them out. If you have the space, you can even reach the arms all the way straight out in front of you. Wherever you are, take a moment to press the back of that left leg up a little bit higher, but to keep the hips not stacked, but leveled. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Bend your right knee and gently drop step your left foot behind you. Inhale, lift your arms up for high lunge crescent pose. With an exhale, take your hands to the heart, lean out in front of you, and then again, you're going to twist to the left side, hooking that left elbow again around that outer left knee. Taking a beautiful breath in here and a beautiful breath out. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer. You want to keep that left back side of the leg lifted nice and high. And you want to continue into working deeper into the pose. If you feel a little bit more advanced and you have a block nearby, you might slide that towards the outer right foot. And then eventually your left hand is going to come down to the block as the right arm reaches up. This is a very deep twist and a little bit more of an advanced variation. So just see if it's for you, maybe not. It's always here for you to try, but please stay with whatever feels best for you. Last breath, either here or with the arms extended. And then let's all come back with the hands together at the heart. Gaze down to your right big toe and then step your left foot forward into your twisted chair. Take another last breath here. And then core is engaged as we release into our forward fold. Right fingertips to the ground. Right knee bends, left leg extends, and we find a counter twist into the left side, lifting the left arm up high towards the sky. Take another last breath here. And an exhale out. Bring both hands to the floor. Find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. And inhale, spread your arms, come all the way up to standing. Hands together at the heart. Beautiful. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. Maybe you want to prepare your block already. So from here, let's go ahead and lift the right leg up high. As we transition into Warrior 3, kick the right leg back. Find your balance here. Maybe hands at the hips, the heart, out to the sides, back or forward. You choose wherever you want to go. Try and keep your focus in the balance. Taking one more breath here. Maybe lifting the back side of that right leg up a little bit higher. And then rebending that left knee. Gently drop step your right toes back. Arms reach up for a high lunge. And as we exhale, hands together at the heart, hinge out diagonally forward and hook your right elbow towards your left outer knee. That's it. And again, energizing pose here, really deep twist. Try and see if you can continue to find the maximum length in your spine, a nice bend in that left knee. Maybe you decide to stay here. If you feel like dropping your right hand down to the floor or a block and lifting the left arm up, you're always welcome to give that a try. And then your gaze could be down, straight forward, or maybe even up towards that left hand. Let's take 2 more breaths. Try and keep your breath nice and steady. And let's all come back into a prayer twist. Gaze down towards the left big toe as we step the right foot forward, and then releasing into our forward fold, bending the left knee, straightening the right. Left fingertips connect to the mat in our forward fold so that we can twist into the opposite direction. Big inhale here, big exhale out. And then just come into a forward fold. Maybe swaying the hips a little bit side to side here. Just noticing for a moment the after effects of the practice so far. And then you want to walk your feet out as wide as the mat again, dropping yourself back into that swaying malasana. And then you want to either use a block or pull yourself up towards a wall so that you can take your legs up, resting against a wall. This is a really nice way of stimulating the lymphatic flow. So when you're ready, maybe drop yourself down to the floor and then go ahead and recline all the way down. Once you have made it onto your back, go ahead, sort out your clothes, and then see if you can slide the block underneath your hips. And then from here, lift the legs all the way up towards the ceiling. If this is too challenging, you could always go ahead and lie yourself near a wall and just have this exact same pose without the block underneath the hips, resting the back sides of your legs against a wall. The Sanskrit name of legs up the wall or legs up is called Viparita Karani, and this pose helps to relieve tired legs and feet. It gives a good stretch to the backs of the legs, and it also provides a release all the way from the lower back up to the neck. It also promotes lymphatic flow, which helps to detoxify the body and improve circulation. And another amazing effect and benefit of this pose is that it completely soothes the nervous system. It calms the mind, de-stresses the entire body. And it's a great way to allow the mind to become more present, to drop out of the thinking and doing mode, and switching gears into digesting and resting. So if you haven't closed your eyes yet, feel free to do so for a couple more moments. So taking a moment here to thank your body for all it does every single day. And then slowly bring your right knee into the chest, the left knee into the chest. Maybe give yourself a nice good squeeze here. And then take the feet down, remove the block. And just hold the backs of your knees and rock yourself back up into a last seated pose. So again, feel free to close your eyes, feel free to sit up on a block, and then just rest your fingers, your hands in your lap or on your knees. With your eyes closed, bring your palms together at your heart. Taking a nice big deep breath in through the nose and a full breath out. And thank yourself for giving back to your body, for letting go. In yoga, we call letting go, there's a word for it called aparigraha. And letting go is obviously the opposite of holding on, of clinging on to things. So once we allow for things to shed, to dissolve, allowing to let go, we actually are able to feel lighter in the mind and in our bodies. With that being said, take your hands towards your forehead for clarity of thought. Take your hands to your lips for clarity in speech. And then take your hands to your heart for consistency of action, allowing everything that you do, think, and speak to come from a place of loving intentions. Namaste.